She ruled the richest kingdom in the ancient world. She spoke 9 languages. She was the first ruler of her dynasty to bother learning Egyptian. She aligned herself with the 2 most powerful men in Rome and outlasted both of them politically. And the city she built her legacy on, the most magnificent city in the ancient world, is now underwater. Her name was Cleopatra, and we brought her back. Cleopatra VII was born around 69 BC into the Ptolemaic dynasty, a Greek royal family that had ruled Egypt for nearly 3 centuries following the conquests of Alexander the Great. She was not Egyptian by blood, but she became Egyptian by choice in a way none of her predecessors had managed. She learned the language. She adopted the religious ceremonies. She presented herself to her people as the goddess Isis incarnate. She was a political genius in an era when being a woman ruler meant surviving constant plots to remove you. At 18, she became co-ruler of Egypt with her younger brother. Within 3 years, her brother's advisors had forced her into exile. She came back. She allied with Julius Caesar, the most powerful man in Rome, and used that alliance to retake her throne. After Caesar's assassination, she allied with Mark Antony, and together, they controlled the eastern Mediterranean. When their combined forces were defeated by Octavian at the Battle of Actium in 31 BC, Cleopatra faced something she had never faced before, a situation she could not negotiate her way out of. Rather than be paraded through Rome as a conquest, she died by her own hand in 30 BC. She was 39 years old. Her death ended not just her life, but an entire civilization. Egypt became a Roman province. The Ptolemaic dynasty was finished. The ancient Egyptian world, which had lasted for 3,000 years, effectively ended with her. And Alexandria, the city she had ruled, the city that held the greatest library in the ancient world, the city of marble palaces, and the legendary lighthouse, began its long decline. Earthquakes, tidal waves, and the slow work of the sea did what Rome could not do completely. Most of ancient Alexandria is now beneath the Mediterranean. Now imagine bringing Cleopatra back, not the teenager forced into exile by her own brother's advisors, but the queen at the height of her power. The ruler who controlled grain supplies that fed Rome, who presided over the greatest library of the ancient world, who commanded fleets and armies and used both diplomacy and force with equal precision. Bring that woman to modern Alexandria. What does she see? A city of 4 million people, which is more people than existed in the entire Roman Empire at its height. A working port, a university, a modern library built in 2002 as a tribute to the ancient one that burned. Divers have found the ruins of her palace on the seafloor, columns, statues, the foundations of a civilization that once set the standard for the world. Tourists pay to dive and see what remains. Her world is 30 feet underwater.
I knew this coastline the way you know the face of someone you love. Every ship that entered this harbor paid tribute to Alexandria, to Egypt, to me. I stood on the shore and watched the lighthouse, my lighthouse, guide ships through the dark, from 40 miles out at sea. We built it so that no vessel would be lost in these waters, so that the world would always find us. And now they tell me it is gone. The lighthouse, the library, the palace, all of it beneath the water. I find I am not entirely surprised. I watched Rome tighten its grip on the world during my lifetime. I knew what came after empires. I had read the histories. The library contained them all. What I did not expect was a new library, standing here, in my city. They built it in 2002, they tell me, a tribute to the one that was lost It holds millions of documents, more than the original could have ever held. The knowledge did not die with Alexandria. It survived. It multiplied. Perhaps that is the answer I would have given had anyone asked me what I wanted my legacy to be. Not the monuments, not the lighthouse, the knowledge. Keep the knowledge. They have kept it. I am also told that divers find pieces of my palace on the seafloor, columns, statues. The tourists pay to swim through the ruins of a world I once ruled. I do not know how to feel about that. I think I find it beautiful, that the sea did not destroy it completely, that it is still there beneath the surface, still holding its shape after 2,000 years, much like Egypt itself, submerged, but not gone.
Cleopatra VII was the last active ruler of the Ptolemaic kingdom of Egypt. After her death, no Egyptian-based monarch would rule the country for nearly 2,000 years. The ruins of her palace and parts of ancient Alexandria were discovered by underwater archaeologists in 1996. They remain on the seafloor of the Mediterranean, accessible to divers. The Bibliotheca Alexandrina, the new Library of Alexandria, opened in 2002 on a site near the original. It holds millions of books, manuscripts, and digital documents. And the lighthouse, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, was destroyed by earthquakes between the 10th and 14th centuries. Its stones were used to build a fortress that still stands today. They made history. Now they face it. This has been Returned from History. New episodes every week. Subscribe so you never miss a return. Every place you walk through has a story. The harbor where someone fled for their life. The street where an idea changed the world. The building where history turned on a single decision. Most people walk right past them. Lore changes that. Lore is the app that finds the stories of wherever you are and brings them to you in real time. History, mystery, food, culture. The stories that made this place what it is today.